They're in public.
You know about the shadows?
Yeah, I could try.
The big python? I can wear here crawling around the cave, it's okay, but not in public.
Got on that cove? Yeah.
That's right.
Visitor center. Hey.
They really do. I mean, I've just noticed when we're in caves with children and animals, they spot the animals before we do.
You see that thing? Why is one of his eyes crossed out?
I think it's a doodle.
Yeah, I think that was from people later on.
I think that's supposed to be the hair on the back of their head.
Still wonder about that weird guy with the red eyes and the ghostly looking figure.
Yeah, I know. It looks kind of like a heart, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
It does.
Hawks are really, really important to Native Americans, and they're, I think at, what was it? It was at Cahokia. I think it's at Cahokia, where they found a burial of a guy, and he's laying on this bed of shell, and it's in the shape.
So we can't see it.
Yeah.
Point again.
That's probably not.
Have him point again.
Point again at that one that you were just pointing at, he said.
Which one?
He said,
Yeah, like you're pointing something to him. You're pointing something out to him with your hand. There you go. You're showing him something on there. There you go.
That you see?
I need some B-roll.
I can't hear them. Have this symbol, and it might even be a spider. They have a story about a spider, that the spider brings fire to the world and brings the sun to the world.
Yeah,
so
like
is
the
that what
fire-breathing
this
spider?
is? Or what is
Third
it?
on. That might be a spider, but I'm not quite sure. That might even be graffiti. I don't know, because you see how dark it is compared to this, and compared to that and this.
Yeah, it's really darker.
Yeah. So, and does that even look?
They're under the silica layer because they don't rub off.
Well, you know the funny thing is whenever they draw a picture, sometimes they draw it at
Sally, can I do the fourth
at first, and then they add on to it,
Yeah.
like they're adding on to the story.
What's that?
Probably
Yes.
Dancing, doing some kind of a dance.
Well,
Okay.
if you notice, you see those four things coming up out of the top of his
I
head?
heard you.
Yes.
That's normal.
I'm gonna
That's
help.
normally identified
Sure.
with something.
Also,
you see how this guy's
I don't know if
also
you can
got
see it
one.
from where you're standing.
These are they're
was
facing
a
one another.
Real good.
Hold on to that.
Yeah, you might want both hands for climbing.
I'll hold on to that while Philip guide you, and then he can hand it back to you.
I'm just taking that too,
Yeah.
so I don't sit on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
And I'll footholds Philip the rest of the way.
Then you can step down to the
But
left.
where?
Well, in front of my foot, it's okay. You do that or too far?
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay.
There we go. Okay. Thank you. Now let me see where you're going.
I'm gonna go on that.
The last resort, I mean, you can always rely on sitting down. It's better than
Yeah,
flipping
they're
over.
falling over. Exactly.
Okay, Rachel, I'm ready for you. Maybe that head first. And then we get to the top. Oh, I didn't realize this was Oh, okay. And then just scoot yourself down this way.
David, I'll be right out of your way.
You're fine. Ceiling?
No, I will.
Yeah.
Ceiling
Is zero. That's at the top. So everything's measured from the ceiling.
Ceiling is 0.
Yeah, and the floor is what?
The first rock is 12 feet and half an inch.
Okay, 12 and a half.
No, 12 feet and a half an inch. Okay, okay, no, just hold on to that. Okay, so from the ceiling, the panel that the drawings start on is at...
I think I need a light on.
13 feet.
You'd probably be okay with all the light we got going.
It's 2 feet 6 inches.
Here, let me hit your leg.
That's pretty much where it starts, Ken.
Okay. I got panel from ceiling, 2 feet 6 inches.
Yeah, it starts, I think, yeah, we do where it ends. Chad, just read off of this, if you can see it. It's right in front of you, where the
Right here?
yeah.
70 inches.
One more down.
They tell me.
Feet wide.
Feet,
I guess the
5 foot 10.
5 feet 10 inches.
5 and 3.5 inches.
Okay, now that's where it begins to dip this way.
Okay, now hold on, David. Let me draw.
Yeah, go ahead and draw that in.
Okay, and it's here. Okay, right there. All right.
Okay, Chad, let's come down here. And you can draw a straight line for the ceiling. And you can draw a straight line for the top of this panel too.
Good, right here with my life.
It's nothing but graffiti, not something.
Yeah. But I need to know how far it is from here to about right here. Okay,
Same as your first name.
let's measure from the end of this rock up to the ceiling. To break down, we're now going to give you the floor from the ceiling.
Floor to ceiling. To ceiling.
Ready.
Okay, and which is, okay, do it like this. Okay. Thank you, sir.
This is why I get heat down system.
Okay.
Sorry, you okay?
Because I think
Sure, sorry. Need to balance it towards tungsten.
this is the trigger.
If we can't turn it off, it explodes in 10 minutes. And we're laying down there.
I don't think so.
No,
The video guy's already opened the other one.
you know me.
ISO 800 too.
Just press the button in.
I didn't press it far enough.
Right. Put a fingernail on it and there's some kind of micro switch in there.
You go over the other side.
Yeah,
And you can
Jim, he's probably the last guy in there, him and that pointy.
Yeah, the guy over there is another one.
Yeah.
The big kind of moon-like face.
Right. This is probably one of the early ones. And then the classics are the little guys that we couldn't get enough pigment with all the motion, the kinetic.
Yeah, kinetic motion.
Accurate.
See that motion? That's a very kind of braiding characteristic. All that motion is dancing.
I was coming down.
Yeah. Notice how it's.
Is that an old one?
It's in the braiding rule. Braiding rules.
What that shiny stuff is.
Jim, does
No,
that
that would be fine.
Your ring.
Yeah.
There you are.
As opposed to this one, which faces south,
Goes on the ear.
east.
So all of those cities do have.
Right.
Kind of a counter.
Yeah.
That's important.
I got it for you. There's that. Okay.
Well,
Get a digital camera.
Yes.
look right here.
So could you stand somewhere back over here and just kind of shoot
You think that's
out of
pink?
this area so you can get a picture of what all these
Maybe
lots
it's yellow.
Where'd you go?
That's a big JPEG,
Is there somebody coming up still?
Actually, if I can get that light on,
that might
help the.
Yeah.
We have a white man over there.
Holler if you need me up there.
And he's very characteristic of
If you need any help, I'm down here
That-
for this reason.
It's got to be natural. Just look at that nodule.
I wish we could measure how much light is on that wall.
And there are figures over there.
So do you think this one
See him up
here
there?
is the...
This is paint. Yeah. This is paint because you can tell.
All the way to over there.
We're going to do this wall down here.
It's very different.
You know, if you want to, we can call it out to you.
No, because I can't hear.
Whereas those up
Okay.
there,
Does anybody want my
they're
help?
very.
Well, let me,
They don't
let her
bleed.
move. Let her get
That one seems to be rather bleeding.
Where's that
This
camera
one's
man?
over here. It's like sometimes I go like the jelly.
Oh, you
I got a creature in my hand.
Would you like to go look at the other ones around the corner?
Down
What is
there.
it? How fast is it?
Yeah, right around the corner. If you go right down there,
I guess how
around the
about
corner, there's
the
some really.
biggest-
Hey, there's another red dot over here. A big one like that I saw.
Don't kill yourself saving the salamander.
I will. Okay, what facing what day?
You see
Southeast.
the red figure over here. Bring back the light. Too late.
Okay, it's a big
Now
round.
this is essentially one solid face.
Yeah.
Hey, Dave, sign on the red circular face. All it needs.
It's right here. We're not in just a second. It's 25. Okay, that's the end of it as far as we get. So mark where you are there.
Okay, that's about 3/4 of the
Let me pull it
way.
back to. Well, actually, let me pull it back this way.
Okay.
Okay. Can you?
That seems to be about the end of this panel right here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, right here. I don't see any more cave drawings. That's why I was going back farther that way.
Okay.
If you just, you want to take a
25
second?
feet to the end of the drawing. But how much further do you think it is? Another 20 feet?
It had to be.
A bone,
And add what, 2 inches to it? Yeah.
a bone.
Who would be an expert on bones?
How big that bones.
I was gonna say, someplace over in here is where there's one bone,
Just do it
just
feet
deer
inches.
bones right there.
Yeah. That would be 9 feet 2 inches.
Okay, 9 feet 2 inches.
That's too big to be a bat. Probably too big to be a bat.
Okay, and that gives you the.
Yeah, let's say, let's
right
have
there.
one big bat, Bela Lugosi style. And see, there's not.
It's like Tennessee Pride right there.
Maybe it was one of those.
think?
Rib bone.
Chicken bone?
Maybe it was
Could be a big, like a fox or a dog or something like that.
Or a pie saw.
Or a pie saw.
My dad said once.
Hey, Chad, we're 25 feet down here.
Huh?
We're 25 feet down here.
Once a
Turkey vultures be.
25?
Yeah, you said 25 was the end
That's
of
a
it.
turkey vulture bone.
Yeah, that's a little big for a turkey.
Yeah, I mean, where did you stop down here?
Right where you're at.
What's that? What's that? It looks like kind of like hair.
Shine your light down in here, Josh.
Right here.
Yeah.
Hey,
Look at
there's a little
Let's
cave
measure
down
it.
there. There's a little cave
What have
down
you got,
there.
gentlemen?
Okay, we're at 25 feet and we're going to measure the ceiling to the floor.
I don't think I can fit down there.
There was one place on the ceiling, we weren't even sure if it was graffiti or if it was charcoal. It was so graffiti down.
That figure over
Like a
there
couple, you know,
corresponded to the Gotcho style.
charcoal things on top of the ceiling. That was
Thinks there's another way we can come down. I think I've crawled through every crack we can find.
I bet you have.
Yeah.
So,
That would be the best time to take photographs over here.
what's that?
Now that half the, the people are gone, less traffic.
Okay. Hi, I'm John Muller from Southern Illinois University at Carbondale, emeritus professor. And I work on iconography and art styles as well as other things. And I'm enormously thrilled to be able to come in and see this. This is one of the really, truly outstanding rock art sites in the eastern United States. It's a remarkable place. So,
What do you plan to learn from what you've...
well, it's a little early to tell because for those of us who come in on this trip, this is our first exposure to this. And the interesting thing about the art, as Jim Brown and some others have pointed out, is that it fits right in very clearly with a lot of the fancier art that we find in forms like engraved shell and on pottery even sometimes. And some of the styles that are represented here actually show connections in things like eye form and those features of the face, the way they're portrayed, and those kinds of small details that really suggest there's a linkage between these styles and the quote high styles of the really